Okay, hey everybody.
Hi.
We're back again. She's going to tell, my friend Cyndy is going to tell another story. Paranormal experience, so go.
Okay. I have really bad allergies today. Okay, so me and my sister lived in this house, and I don't know, it was like a modern day house. I don't know really how to describe it. Then it was just like a normal house, and the driveway was like, it was in the middle of town, and the driveway like went around, and I mean, it was a fairly decent sized house, and it had a decent sized background, like backyard. And the crazy thing is, they had like these really like I always play like I was like obsessed with mud. When I was a kid, I loved playing in the mud. It was so much fun. And so they have like these like pebbles, like really tiny. I got a piece of hair in my mouth. Okay, anyways, it's like these really gross. These like really tiny like pebbles, and they were like multicolored in the sand, and it was like on the side of the house, and it was probably like as big as this room. Probably, yeah, maybe a little bit smaller than this room, but it was like everywhere, and these little tiny. But it made like really cool like mud pies. Anyway, so me and my sister lived, or stayed, I should say, in this room, and this is when I was probably like 10 or 11. And it was like a baby blue, like more like on a darker side of baby blue
like
color.
My floor.
Yeah, like your floor.
I'll show you my floor. My floor.
Yeah, the floor.
The floor. That's kind of weird. That's the same color.
It is. Everything was that color. The walls, the closet, like even the ceiling was that color. And so, and then we had the dressers in the bed. Or not the dressers in the bed. I really suck at explaining things. And so, like, I had the dressers were in the closet. Okay. And me and I slept right here next to the door. And my sister's bed's right here. And we, of course, had this, like, space in between our beds. And it's kind of like what you see in the orphanages, how they have the beds, like, separated.
Like in rows.
Or in rows. And it didn't have no headboard, and it was just plain, simple bed. And it was like that. And then above each bed of ours, we had this huge, like, clown picture, pretty good-sized clown picture. And it was just, like, dark and just, like, really creepy. Man, I got a burp, but it's, like, stuck in there. But anyway, so it's, like...
Stuck burp.
Like, it's kind of like my outfit, how colorful my outfit is.
It's supposed to make you happy, but clowns are terrifying. I hate them.
But it was kind of like the morbid, like, clowns, you know, like the sad, not, like, really happy when they go, kind of, like, slouch on their face. Kind of like that. And it was, like, and they had, like, the tear duct in their eyes, and, like... It was, like, black in the background. And it just had their face, like, stick out of the pictures. Anyways.
Above your bed.
Above our bed. And so, for the people out there, I wasn't raised by my parents. I was, like, in and out of homes. But, so, so if you're wondering what kind of parent would actually stick a kid with
under
clowns or whatever. But anyways, alright, so, at night, me and my sister would be sleeping, and one night, I, like, woke up, and I heard this whoosh, 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 and I was like, what the hell is that noise? And I was like, I didn't want to wake up my sister, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to wake up my sister, and I said, Liz, and she's like, what? And I was like, did you hear that? She's like, hear what? And all of a sudden it goes whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And she's like, because my sister's like really in tune to everything. She's got amazing stories. She could tell you like ghost stories, but she didn't do the whole internet thing. But anyways, so she was saying, yeah, that's really weird, you know. And she's like, that's the first time you've heard that. Because, you know, and, like, I couldn't see anything that was going on, but my sister, it was like, yeah, it's a woman running back and forth, trying to save her children. And I was like, what? Because I couldn't see the lady or her running after her children. My sister could see it, you know. And it was just really weird. And she's like, yeah, she's rushing to her children to save them from the fire. So I don't know if the house that we were living in, because my sister got that, it got tore down and it had a fire and then it got rebuilt up. So, but yeah, that's the whole my ghost story experience with that. But like, I would always hear like footsteps in the house, and my sister would always see them, like kids. And sometimes you would hear like kids like running up and down the hallway, but you couldn't see them. Like, you know, like how little kids play.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm not afraid of kids, like ghosts or not, they see them. But like, and it wasn't like bad. Like, you know how you can feel the energy of like it's really bad or whatever. But it wasn't that way. It wasn't like bad feeling. It was just kind of like I don't know how, like anxious feeling.
Yeah.
Kind of. And so, and I remember feeling that way. But like, there was something though. I remember one night we were sleeping in that house, and there was like, because every time when I was a kid, there'd always be like some like dark weird thing in the corner. I don't know if that was my crazy imagination, but it just felt like somebody was like there in the dark corner, just like looking at me.
Ugh. And in your room?
In my room.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I would have to be like, go away, because I'm crazy and I'm thinking, well, if I tell them to go away, maybe it'll work, and the majority of the time it did work. And like the house that Shane and I was living at, it was out in the middle of the country, and it was like this little like hole in the wall like shack. I mean, I'm surprised it was even a house and livable, but we lived there because it was free, and there was like, we had to take care of animals and stuff, but it wasn't that bad. But anyways, so we were staying in this house, and we were sleeping in the living room, and we dragged our bed into the living room, and I remember seeing this like dark figure like in the kitchen, and it was just like, and I felt like it was looking at me, and I was like too afraid to go turn on the light, but I eventually did, because I was like, what the hell is that? Because I just saw this like figure standing there. Excuse me, gosh. But anyways, like, and so that was really weird, and I think, like, where the house was, because it was an old house. I mean, it had, like, old-fashioned locks in it, like those keyholes or whatever.
Yeah.
So it had to have been from, like, at least, like, 100 years old, from, like, the 1900s or whatever, at least 1920s house. So I was thinking
this house was built in the 1930s.
This house was?
Yeah.
I love this house. Well, they kept up on this house. This house was, like, falling apart. There was actually bees living in that house. Like, there's, like, I love bees. So, I mean, they didn't bother me, but when people came over, they were like, oh, my gosh, what is that? And I'm like, oh, they just make themselves at home.
Bees.
I know, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of bees.
Inside?
And, yeah, like, one time I was in this room where, because I didn't stay in the room where the bees were, like, a panel of the wall or whatever, because it was, like, this is the house, like, okay, I'll send some facing you guys. This is the house, and this is the door. And the far on the end of the side is where the bees would fly in.
Oh.
Inside the house. I bet there's, like, amazing honey in that house. Oh. But, like, and you go in there, and it'd be like, you know, like
the buzzing of the...
Yeah, and the whole walls, you could hear it in the walls. I was like,
crazy.
Wow.
You lived in a beehive.
I lived in a beehive.
You were like the queen bee.
Yeah.
Maybe. What were you saying?
But anyways,
you were
like...
in the living room or something?
Yeah, we were in the living room and the kitchen. Like, our bed was, like, facing the kitchen. And so, like, I'm a freak and I sleep all with the lights on. And since my boyfriend's like, well, you need to, like, toughen up and sleep with the lights off. So I've been, like, last, like, couple of years, I've been, like, sleeping with the lights off. And then it's, like, I feel all these, like, weird things. And it's, like, really weird in that house. Like, something would be, like, sitting on the bed. And, like, it's, like, you think it's you.
Yeah.
You know? And then you just, like, because sometimes my cupboards would rustle and it'd be, like, somebody was, like, walking on me. Not walking on me where it hurts, just, like, pressure.
You feel,
yeah, or, like, the covers, like, just, and so I'm, like, thinking it's Shane, you know? But he's, like, sound asleep, you know? And because he's all... you know, and so, like, I know he's asleep because he's heavy breathing when he sleeps. And so I'm like, what the hell, you know? It's just... So in that house, I experienced things, and it wasn't, like, anything bad, except for sometimes I would feel, like, really uneasy. And then, yeah. And I'd sleep by the window, because I'm like, well, if something happens, at least he'll die first, and I'll be okay. And jump out the window and run for my life. But no. Usually things like that don't bug me, but yeah. That was pretty intense stuff.
Did he ever see anything?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, he would just... I mean, he's got crazy, like, stories, encountering, like, like really evil spirits, like that was in this house that was in the basement. And it was this room he stayed in. No, it wasn't the basement, it was the attic. Sorry, I get those two mixed up for some reason, but I know the difference. If that makes any sense. But anyways,
One's on top,
one's on bottom, yeah. I just get like, sometimes they call the attic the basement and the basement the attic, but I know the two difference. But like, if I'm explaining it, you're like, what? So it was an attic, and it was above where he was sleeping at, and he said that he saw like this figure with like crazy looking eyes come at him one time, and he just like, he was like paralyzed, and he just left the room. And yeah, I mean, I've watched like biographies about stuff like that, like the whole, have you ever seen that one with the prison? They go into the I don't even know where it's at. It's some like abandoned prison. And because they have like a lot of those, but it was like these two guys go down, and it's where all this huge, like, I think it was I want to say like a riot happened. And they killed all these guards and, like, murdered them and, like, did bad things. And so they went down there and they were walking. And this thing, like, flew at them. And it was on the biography channel. I don't know how, like, true it is if it's on the biography. Biography? Am I
biography. It's on the biography channel.
I'm like the bio channel.
I got what you meant.
All right, so I'm going to say bio channel.
The bio, not the
bio channel, the biography channel, whatever that means. But anyways, like, it was crazy because I felt like I was watching remember the Monarch? Remember like
oh, Mothman?
The Mothman.
Yeah,
it was kind of, it reminded me of that because it's just like whoosh, like over them.
Huh.
Like really fast. I mean, of course they have to be dramatic about it because they're showing it on TV. But I thought it was pretty crazy. But it reminded me of things that I saw in the corner. It was just like that cloaked figure of just like being stuck there. But it's like really weird because everyone has an intuition. I mean, at least most people that I talk to like have an intuition about something being there that doesn't belong. You know, it just feels really uncomfortable and really awkward, and you're not at peace. You know.
Jeez. Did your sister only see things? She didn't hear things? Or did you hear things and not see things? Okay, now we're back on.
Okay. Mom was calling us.
I had a little interruption.
No. But anyways, what were you saying? Oh, about my sister?
Yeah. If she ever heard anything or only saw things.
She saw things. I can see him. I'm like...
Could she hear things? Like you said you heard footsteps and the whooshing. Did
she could hear things. She could see things. My sister's awesome. I love her. And people think she's like really strange and crazy. And
people think I'm strange and crazy.
Oh, but I love you.
I'm surrounded by dead things. I'm pretty sure someone thinks I'm a little crazy.
Hey, sooner or later, it's all going to be dead. You know, it's like we're alive for so long and then bam, happens, you know? Yeah. And people are just not, they don't like the whole idea of dead things, I guess. But anyways, with my sister... she actually, like, she knew, like, what happened in that house. She knew, like, the two children that were there and the mother, like, she knew, like, who was there. But I think it was, like, more, like, old, like, the place where it happened. Because I remember, like, her saying something about a cloak. Like, you know, like, with her. And I'm just like, huh. Who'd wear a cloak, like, you know, any recently then, like...
That's not on Halloween.
That's not on Halloween, you know? Unless she was, like, running with a blanket to cover her children.
Oh, that's true. Or she's covering them with her cloak if she's wearing a cloak.
I have to ask my sister about that. Because sometimes I forget things and my sister is, like, the refreshener of my brain.
Yeah.
And so I have to ask her about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is really
terrifying
crazy.
Me.
She was, like, my sister was, like... Because my sister was older than me. So she would always be the one, like, comforting me, and actually she's the one that taught me how to be organized. Because I'd shove everything in her bed and be like, yay, I'm done cleaning my room. And she's like, no, you can't do that. So she'd, like, teach me how to... Now I'm, like, a super clean freak because of my sister. But, no, it's, yeah, I wish she was here because she's got some really cool stories to tell.
Did you experience the whooshing often? Or just, like, once? Like the...
No, it was often.
Often?
Yeah, and, like, that house just got weirder and weirder as I lived there.
How long did you live there?
I want to say a year. But you know what? It was crazy, too, because my childhood was really crazy, if anybody knows about my childhood. But my childhood was pretty intense. And so, like, So yeah, that house is just weird. I don't know what happened in that house, and besides what my sister told me, but I think there's more to what she was telling me. Thank you. I have really bad allergies today. I'm like allergic to something in the air.
Maybe you're allergic to me.
No, I'm not allergic to you. I think I had allergies last time I was up here, and you said that. Because I remember you saying that.
Maybe
I think you're allergic to me. And my eye's all twitching right now. You see it?
I'm a disease.
You're not a disease. Oh my gosh. If you were a disease, then that would be like awesome. Because it would be like, oh yeah, I want a disease.
I want to catch the Annie disease.
Any disease, yeah. Because, no.
What are the symptoms? I don't know.
Sneezing, twitchy eye. No.
Occasional ghost stories.
Occasional ghost stories.
Bad nightmares.
Bad nightmares. I don't, actually the only time, have you recently had any nightmares?
The last one I had was the one I told you last night, where like children, I was surrounded by children, and they were trying to eat me, like by throwing spices on me, like salt and pepper. And I like took the salt and pepper and like spices and threw them on and smushed them on their faces and tried to push them away. They were like zombie children. And then I took one girl and like shook her like a rag by her legs. That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that is really weird.
I don't understand where that dream came from. I have zombie dreams every once in a while.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like those. They're just too. They're like. I feel like I'm tired when I wake up from them.
Like,
I'm, running from them.
Like you worked really hard.
I'm working in my dream to fight zombies, and that's not what I want to wake up from.
Yeah, that's
it's worse when I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, because I like my imagination at 3 o'clock in the morning is like, it gets the better of me. So I'm like, zombies are real. And I'm looking out my window, like in my bedroom, like they're out there. I know. And then I wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what the heck was I do? That's what. I'm fine.
Yeah, that's like when you get all cracked out on caffeine and you're like all wired and stuff, and you're like, oh my god, there's like something out there. What's that noise? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I used to be like a freak, like compulsive, like I don't even know what they call it, not OCD, but it was like I'd always like constantly check the locks over and over again, like the back door, the windows, the closet I would look in, the shower curtain. I
did that at my dad's house.
Yeah,
all the time, like that house.
So it was like normal to do things like that?
Yeah, that was normal to me. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I would go check all the doors. I would make sure the windows were closed and locked. And I would check every time I went to the bathroom, I'd check the shower curtain, I
don't know if it's too many movies or not, but yeah, the shower curtain, today.
I do that. I do that anywhere I do it in my mom's bathroom here. Like, I don't know, what is it? Like, if there's a killer in there, what's going to happen? Oh, you caught me behind the shower curtain.
I know, right? Because you're not, like, prepared or anything. You're just kind of like,
or
hey!
Kind of like, like, you feel like hiding under your blankets is going to shield you from, like, a killer or an intruder in the house. It's like,
no, they're going to take the blanket and shove you in there.
Or they're like, oh, shoot, I can't touch you now because you're under the blankets.
Yeah, that's
Nope,
crazy.
Can't do it. But then, like, I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, no, I used to do that all the time. I don't check the locks. I mean, I know the house is locked up here, like, all the time.
Yeah, where I live, we don't even lock the doors. Like... But lately, I've been locking the doors because I just felt uneasy.
Yeah, I always check it, like, if I just have a feeling. I always go with my gut because it's better to go with your gut than not, I guess.
It is very good to go with your gut.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
But the dream thing, like, people have... I don't know if every interpretation is, like, right on key. Because I'll look online and be like, what does this mean?
There are so many...
And different interpretations of a dream.
I've done some videos of talking about some of my dreams, because I had that. Did I tell you about that dream that I had on that house on the hill that was haunted or whatever?
I want to go to that. Can we go to there?
I don't know. I don't, because nobody lives in it.
We should break in. No, I seriously think we should. I like be rebels and go. And
I don't know how to get to it.
Really?
Because it's like there's someone's house like here that they live in, and that house is above them, and you have to go through their gate to get to it. So it's like on their property.
And no one even lives at that house, right? Huh. I wonder how we could get there.
I know, like, I was thinking of using the excuse of, hey, can I take pictures of this really cool house on the hill?
Oh, yeah, my friend over here, she wants to do some modeling, and we just wanted to use this pitch, like
it would look cool in backgrounds. We won't go in it at all.
Yeah, yeah, we could just look
so
in the
many
window
haunted
and
houses
stuff.
around here, like, no kidding. Like, back in California, like, where I lived, there wasn't very many. I mean, there's some, but here, it's like the whole... Like, everywhere around here, because it's
there's a lot of ghost towns, yeah.
There's a lot of hospitals in this neighborhood. Isn't that crazy? I just found that out.
That is really crazy. I want to go to Salem Sound. They have one down south. And actually, it's more like a hotel.
Really?
Yeah, it's like an old hotel, and you have to like take a dirt road there. And they actually I think recently just closed it.
Did you know there's one in Weaverville, California, that you have to sign a thing that's saying you won't like sue them or something if something happens or whatever. Like you have to sign something because it's really haunted. And like my aunt stayed there or whatever. And like
in case something happens to you, like
like you have to sign something. I think I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. I know I had to sign something when I went to the Shanghai tunnels here in Portland. You have to sign something that like if something happens or if you like trip and fall, you're not gonna. Like,
how was that, anyways? Did you feel anything down there?
No, because me and my mom came to the conclusion that like with the tour that we were with, the group of people, a lady had a baby, and my mom was like, "Nothing's gonna happen because the lady has a baby."
Really? You think that?
Yeah, my mom said that at the end, and I was like, "Yeah," because I didn't feel anything like the whole time. I did see something though, like, because it's like when you see on like Ghost Adventures did the Shanghai tunnels on their show, and it looks so much bigger on the show because their cameras make everything bigger because they're wide angle and stuff.
Right.
But when you do the tour, it's really tight, like you're close to everybody.
Yeah. And
like you kind of go around like in, I don't know, it's weird how they have like the way you get around through the tunnels and whatever. But it's funny because there's like two tour groups going at the like kind of one goes ahead of the other. So we were the second group.
Yeah.
I thought I saw in this one corner a group, like the second group. I'm like, oh, I saw like a girl like in a long white gown. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a strange thing to wear in the Shanghai tunnels. You know, when you're going on tour, like, but it's Portland, like, people wear all kinds of weird things.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, like, when we got closer, I'm still thinking I'm seeing people, like, walking, you know, but they're, like, walking back and forth, and I'm like, what are they doing, like...
What exactly did they use? They just, like, it was through a shoot, right? That they used the Shanghai tunnels for? What did they actually use it for? Rape slaves or something?
No, they kidnap people. They Shanghai people. But, like, when it was in this corner where
That's what Shanghai means, kidnap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I kept seeing, like, people, like, going walking in circles, and I'm like, what are they having them do? Like, because we were in this one part before we go into the area where they show, like, the workers' shoe, or the people they kidnap their shoes and, like, tools and stuff. They had this little setup. It was right before there, and I looked down, and I kept looking at, but I was trying so hard to see, but it looked so far away, and I couldn't see very clearly, because it's dark in there, too. Yeah. And the lighting's not very good. And I was like, I kept seeing a lady, like, in a long white gown, and I'm like, what is that? I was trying to look, and, like, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, and then when we got closer to that corner, it's just a corner. There's no way to get back there. At all, because I was like, oh, we're gonna end up over there, and then we ended up coming back through the way we came, because it's like you enter down the street and then you kind of go like zigzag through this one part, and then you end up in this like pocket tunnel part, and then you just kind of circle around and go back the way you came. There's no people over there, like there's no way you can get over there. So I don't know what I saw, and I never saw a girl come out in a white gown.
Well, yeah, and I don't think people in Portland would wear stuff like that.
It looked like a nightgown.
Yeah, because, like, the old-fashioned, like, nightgowns that came down to your, like...
Yeah,
who wears those?
It looks like, I could see, like, fluffy hair, like, but it was like, I was trying to, like... I was like, why is she wearing that? You know, I'm half paying attention to the tour because I kind of already know it.
So you can walk over there and see?
When we got closer to it, because like when you zigzag, you get closer to that corner. Yeah. So we zigzagged and we got closer, and I'm like, there's just a wall there. There's no opening.
Oh, there was nothing there.
No. So I'm like, I remember seeing people like going in circles and walking back and forth, but like this. Like going in circles and walking back and forth, and I kept seeing like similar people, but the woman in the nightgown was like walking slowly.
That's crazy.
And there's people walking by, and I was like, what is going on over there? Like, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. How big are those tunnels?
It's not very big.
Yeah.
No. And like,
so they just go from the ship, like the dock, the ship, right?
Well, like
underground. Yeah.
It's underground, but it's
at bars or whatever.
At a bar, underneath a bar.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but they do different types of tours. I want to do the, I think there's a ghost tour or a ghost hunting tour. It's like $17 per person or whatever in October. But I want to do it. It's in the tunnels. You go and you do ghost hunting, I guess.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like the package. Like what I did was the Halloween special where it was like $13 per person or something.
And that's in October?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Let's go and we'll do a video.
I want to do the Salem Asylum in the hospital. I really want to do that.
In Salem, right?
In Salem, because it's like the
I just want to know where
I don't know much about it. I've seen YouTube videos because that's, if I don't know anything, I usually YouTube it or Google it. So anyways, God, my eyes are twitching like crazy. But I've seen like YouTube videos of people like walking inside the building and like driving up to it, and they're just like these like abandoned buildings of the part of. But it's really crazy because I'm informed like there's got to be 2 parts because it's like, I know like one part was like a dorm. They made a dorm. I don't even know if they still have it like that, but like, and then the one part was like abandoned or whatever.
I want to go.
Yeah, I think it would be really awesome to go.
This video is 25 minutes and 35 seconds long.
Oh, okay, because we just like to talk and talk and talk. Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do like part 2 later or something.
Yeah, we should.
Because otherwise we'll just keep going. It's just like yesterday's it was 15. Today's it's 25. It's getting close to 26 minutes.
I know, who's going to watch this anyways? Like 26 minutes of excitement.
Right? I wish I could edit this and make it like cut in half and do part 1 and then part 2. I don't know.
Could you do that?
I don't know because it's on my phone.
Oh.
Maybe I should stop it now before I just keep going.
Yeah, bye guys.
Okay, we're going to go. We'll do another video later. Okay, bye.